That's a bumper song so nice we played it twice. I love me some Charlie Crockett. That's fine. Hey Jay, we got the stream straightened out now.
Yeah, yeah, I got it back up.
At first I would say it was the lightning with all these tech gremlins. I know we've had some power disruption this afternoon too, with all this lightning that's involved in these storms. And I just saw a radar image from the National Weather Service just to the east of Moody when that big storm with the hail came through, that's causing all the hubbub this afternoon. And that was a vicious looking radar signature. Now that stuff's starting to move on off. But the thing is, we still have that capability tonight. And I'm just going to reiterate, there could be more of this hail producing storm activity this evening, and should be rain and lightning as well. So just know that. It's good sleeping weather if you don't wind up in a hailstorm, but take care of your stuff. All right, let's do this. Lonnie's Furniture Company next up here on the show. That's John and Reggie and that entire team at Lonnie's Furniture Company. Um, any day you go there, you're always going to find, for 92 years, you're always going to find selection. You're going to find beautiful furniture. You're going to find brands you've heard of and know about and trust. These are well known brands from the best manufacturers, most all of them American manufacturers. I think the Stressless line, for example, I believe that's a European product. Now, that's some high end stuff. They got Bassett, they got Lazy Boy, Hooker. I think it's called Hickory. Oh man, just I don't even know them all. I do know I got a house full of things from Lanius, and it has stood the test of time in my home. And they helped me pull it together with their expert advice, with everything that is Lanius. It's not just the store and the acre of selection, it's those people that work in there, man. You'll just find them to be good, kind, small town folks that aren't going to lean on you and pressure you and try to push you into something you don't want. But the deals are there, the selection's there, the advice is there, the styling help is there. The lack of anything, if you don't want any of that, you just want to be left alone so you can think, they'll do that too. It's just what they're about. And that's what they've been about for a long, long time. LaniusFurnitureCompany.com, Launius, Lanius Furniture Company. It is a wonderful store in a small town right off I 65, LaniusFurnitureCompany.com. All right. So we've sort of vacillated between the weather and the other headlines that are coming at us. Let me pull that radar up again because that storm system really did pack a punch this afternoon. Let me look at where it is right now because our listening coverage area is so broad that it just covers a massive geographical area. Okay, it's dipped down below I 20 now. It's over around to the east of Talladega, heading toward the Georgia line, very near where I grew up, sort of the Lake Wedowee areas. That big system has now made it all the way over there. And that new line that's coming through in a couple of hours is starting to form back in Columbus, Mississippi, a little north of Tuscaloosa. And don't be surprised if that thunder and lightning doesn't also pack a hail punch tonight. The timing looks to be after 7 for most of our listening area, and just a parade of storms through here this evening. And that could go well to after 1 in the morning. Most of the heavy stuff should be out of here before midnight, but we've still got chances of it this evening. Spring storms, man, here we go. Again, the forecasters have not put this in a severe weather category because this is not tornadic. And these will get to severe limits, and you may get some severe thunderstorm warnings, but it's really the hail and the lightning that's been the story so far tonight. We're just kind of keeping you up to date in real time since we're just a couple hours out from this thing. Okay, Hillary Clinton, let's go back to the Hildebeest for a minute. She came out defiantly in that news conference. We didn't get to carry the whole thing. I was looking back at some of the quotes from it just now. And she's, the thing about when you just have lied your whole life and you get so comfortable with it and you try to still do it with a straight face, she does get caught up in things. For example, one of the things she's really pissed off about, and she said so in that news conference, is that it was supposed to be closed and one of the members violated that. That would be Lauren Boebert took a picture of Hillary Clinton sitting there like deer in the headlights and leaked it out to one of her social media buddies who posted it, and it caused a kink in the hearing for about an hour. Hillary was still mad about it when she walked out, an image of her being questioned. But then in the same news conference, she kept insisting that her team wanted it to be live and on television the whole time. Now, those two things cannot be true side by side. she's either really upset that somebody saw a single snapshot of her or she wanted it live because and nobody everybody knows she didn't want it live. Her lawyers did what they could to have the committee come to her. They went all the way to the Chappaqua Performing Arts Center. And that pissed me off too. Why can't she drag that big old double wide pantsuit to Capitol Hill like everybody else in this country that gets subpoenaed before Congress?
Would you want to see Hillary Clinton in a pajama suit?
Like
on the
flying on
airplane?
Frontier with her Crocs and her PJs? No, not really. But man, there's so many jokes. Thanks for laying that out there for me. But the music's playing, and I got to go to the break. This woman, it's Bubba's turn. I think tomorrow. I think Bill goes tomorrow. And here's a question for the room: is she throwing him under the bus? She keeps saying things like, "I never met him. I never went there. I didn't go to his office. I don't know these people." But we know Bubba did. Hey, what you trying to say, girl? What are you trying to say? Okay, it's 5:35, Leland Live Talk 99.5. Let's get Thomas in here over at Stockton Mortgage. Thomas, we're having a little phone trouble tonight, and this thing may drop on you, but we're going to try to get your call in, and I appreciate you being with us tonight, as
N-
usual.
n-
I saw another
No
headline
worries, man.
today where a 30-year fix had gotten below 6% again. That's starting to feel pretty good if we're getting the fives, right?
It is. We starting to stretch our legs going down, coming into spring. Man, we love that. We are loving it for sure, and I know all your listeners are. And man, it is allowing people to, it gives them more buying power for homes. That each eighth of a percent that rates go down, that allows them, tens of thousands of dollars in purchase price to be able to purchase more home. So it gives you the ability to buy a nicer home, which is fantastic. And also on the refinance side, it allows you to save more money. It gives you the ability to lock in on a lower rate and save more money if you're doing a consolidation loan. We just closed on a loan today for a couple that called us about a month ago now. We just got it closed up today, and we consolidated all of their debt, paid off their mortgage, paid off about 10. They had about 10. They had been living off credit cards. They had some medical bills that had sickness in their family, had some time off of work, and they had to use some credit cards. And so we were able to pay all of that stuff off. They're back on their feet now. We're able to pay off all of that debt and use some equity in their house to save them some money. And we're saving them $1,600 a month
That's
off of
huge.
what they're paying. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, and now they got one monthly payment, and so it is life changing. And it started with one conversation, just one phone call, one conversation, and we're able to help those people. So, man, that is what we love doing. We love having those conversations, and every family is different, and every situation is different. What the plan that we put together for that family may be different for the next family. Maybe we only do an equity line for someone else, or maybe we just do refinance just their mortgage to get off the PMI off of their home. So there's a lot of different options that we have at our disposal. So just give us a call, 205-859-8859, or savewithstockton.com.
Savewithstockton.com. There you go, Thomas. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, sir, man. Thanks.
All right, we got that whole call in, AJ. You got to celebrate the little things. We got that in
Woohoo!
there. All right, so back to Hillary Clinton. I hate to keep dwelling on this woman. We sort of got three things this half hour as we get ready to wrap up. We got this hailstorm people are still talking about that moved through today. More on the way tonight. We've got, I guess the other thing, this Savannah Guthrie's mama video of these cars going by this Ring camera. I went back and watched it during the break because now people are posting it all over the place. And all you can tell are these all look to be sedans. Like I don't see a truck or an SUV on this camera.
No, I mean, I don't know how good the cameras are, but is it like the same sedan or same vehicle that keeps rolling by? I mean, because if not, then I don't understand like the whole point of this video being sent out if it's not showing a very suspicious vehicle that keeps rolling back and forth in the video.
Yep.
If it's just some random cars.
You'd think you'd need an SUV or a van or a truck or something to move another person. I mean, I guess they could just shove her in the passenger seat.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not saying that any of these cars are involved. We don't know. But I
Right.
also can't make out the car. I can see
Right.
a flash, and if you stop it, there's a tail light, and that's it.
Right. Well, you know it's going to be somebody like, what's her name from My Cousin Vinny.
That knows. That was a great movie. Exactly. They'll know that the 64 Ford. That was such a good scene.
Man.
Counsel-
I was this years old when I realized that actually that was based in Alabama.
Counselor, what is a Ute? You know who that was? You know who the judge
that
was?
was Munster.
It was Herman Munster?
Yeah.
All right, so now let's do I know you got, well, AJ's pulling a call in. I got an audio clip play for you as soon as he gets caught up with that. Here's here's Hillary. Let's go back to Hillary. When she stormed off, she tried to take a few questions after her deposition today. Repeated this nonsense that she had no idea who, like had no relationship with Epstein or Maxwell, that it was casual. They just bumped into each other. There's just too much on the record of the Clintons were a tandem. They set up, anyway, y'all know. But she stormed off and they asked her about that wedding. When they invited her, they spent millions on this wedding. It was a VIP thing for the American left. They treated it like it was the royal wedding. A lot of people believe they used USAID money and funneled it through to pay for Chelsea's wedding. There's Maxwell on the front damn row. You know how many people had to get bumped to the back for her to be on the front row? Hillary claims, she was just a guest. Of who? She didn't say. She stormed off because she knew. This woman knew that was the next question. She stormed off. Listen to this.
James Matthews from Sky News. Can I ask, why was Ghislaine Maxwell invited to her daughter Chelsea Clinton's wedding in 2010? She'd already been mentioned in a civil lawsuit by Virginia Giuffre before that. Jeffrey Epstein had already been convicted before that.
She came as the +1, the guest of someone who was invited.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
And she knew good and well that reporter, especially because he had a British accent, which meant he probably wasn't one of her toadies at NBC, was going to follow up and say, well, who invited her? She was AJ, she was just a +1. If Prince Andrew had only had that excuse. Billy's on a cell phone. What's up, Billy?
Hey, man. I was going to let folks know the power's out here in Pence and Center Point area where the food giant, Aldi, Taco Bell, McDonald's, and all that is, all the way down to the high school, and it's on past the high school. And it looks like it snowed out here with all that hail.
That's what we keep hearing, and I'm starting to see some online pictures that a hailstorm will knock power out, knock trees, limbs down, do a lot of damage. So y'all got to deal with that.
Yeah,
At least the weather's not cold.
They got trucks out here ready to fix it, I guess, when they find out what's tore up.
Yep. Well, at least it's moved on out. The problem is we only got a 2-hour window, and then we got more storms coming through here in a little while. So.
It comes again.
Yep. All right, buddy. Thank you, Billy. A little update from over there in Center Point, Pinson, Trussville, Springville area, Moody, where all this hail came down this afternoon and freaked everybody out. Again, we're not guaranteeing there's going to be hail tonight, but it's the same dynamics are in place. Somewhere after 7:30, could see another even bigger round of storms come through this evening. Kim is on a cell phone. What's up, Kim?
Hey, if I don't drop, just a comment about the movie My Cousin Vinny. Marissa Tomei, you were talking about how you liked that, and it was really good, that part. She won a Best Supporting Actress Academy Award for that.
She sure did,
yeah. She did. It was really good.
She was awesome. You know, when she stomped her foot, when she was talking about that case, that's one of those, where did all those 90s movies get? AJ, what's the last funny movie that was made? They had funny movies all throughout the 90s and into the 2000s, and then humor changed, I guess, or political correctness and wokeness kicked in, and the movies just aren't. It's a satirical, bitter kind of dark humor now. It's not just classic characters being goofy. And I saw a scene from Smokey and the Bandit where when the sheriff goes in and orders a sandwich and has to get out of there.
Yeah,
it was Jackie Gleason would have been 110 today or something. So this stuff was on the internet, and I loved that movie as a kid. But what a character in a movie, Sheriff Buford T. Justice. And now it's just, it's just nothing's funny. It's like a 15-year-old boy wrote it that wants to be a girl. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just old. Am I just sounding like an old man? Probably. Sound like my grandfather now going, movies was better before you could hear them talking.
We used to have to read our favorite TV shows.
I've been watching this Tehran. I'm a little late to the party, but it's incredibly intense. We started watching it. I think it's back on the top 10 probably because of all this standoff with Iran. Speaking of which, I just saw a post about there's a statement coming from Rubio's office, and they came away from the talks today disappointed. I believe Lutnick was in on that too. Some others trying to negotiate with the Iranians. Apparently didn't go too well. Maybe time to open up a can. I don't know. But I think the what's happening in Iran has spurred new interest in this TV series. And then, of course, there was the death of the producer who died in Athens. People suspected it was like a hit. She was in the middle of shooting a new season, and it turned out to be a suicide. So that got my attention. Then I see it on the top 10. So we started watching it. It's incredibly well done. It's intense, not political at all because it's not made in America. But why did I even bring that up? Yeah. So every now and then you get something come across. I saw you know how they've they've taken all the masculinity out of Hollywood nowadays too. All the male characters are just wimps.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Crowe's got a new movie coming out called Beast, and it's about the MMA. He's not fighting; he's old now.
Right.
He's gotten old and pudgy like me, so. But he's like the trainer guy.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, it's an Australian film, so it might be legit. I mean, it might have some real guys in it with hair on their chest and actually hitting each other.
Yeah. I mean, he's Australian, right? Yeah, I think he is.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. Lord. Okay, what else are we missing? I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything because we've just been bouncing this last hour trying to keep up with a lot of little late things. Gutter Cap. Look, man, a good time to talk about them with all this rain coming down. Here come the storm stuff. You know, storms like this that put debris on your house, that gets down in your gutters. It starts to clog things up. It's not just fall leaves. And the gutters do a very important job on your house. They move water basically not just off your roof, but away from your foundation. They channel that water that would normally pile up around underneath your house, causing all kind of other problems. In other words, if your gutters go bad, you're going to be calling Ox to come fix that damage. And if they're not flowing, they're not doing their jobs. And you got to make sure that's right. And you don't need to be on a ladder. And y'all know my lecture about that. Get Gutter Cap over there, 45% off their retail price. This is a patented all aluminum system that works. I've been telling the story this week. I had to pick up a piece of vinyl gutter to improvise something on my vacation. It's a long story. I was trying to keep some dogs from getting into something. And I thought, oh, that'll work. That'll be a little guard I can put up. And that was the flimsiest material. I've never really gone into a hardware store and picked it up and messed with it. I mean, I bent it and it just snapped. I went, people put this on their house. That's not going to last 10 minutes up there. But the Gutter Cap system will. It's all aluminum. They do each piece on site to fit your home. So there are no extra seams except maybe on the corners. And it just works. One piece, aluminum, patented, 45% off. That's all you need to know. Get them over there. Let them straighten out your gutters, clean everything out, just rehang everything so it's all flowing. Put that system on and you're done. No more ladders, no more paying people to clean your gutters out, no more worrying about what's going on up there. GutterCapBirmingham.com. Don't get them confused with all these imitators and secondary products that are out there. A lot of these products, they're not Gutter Cap. It's either Gutter Cap or it ain't. GutterCapBirmingham.com. All right, it's 5:52. Leland Live, Token 995, Alabama Dental Associates, bringing you the show tonight, alabamadental.com. And this is just a comprehensive practice. And if you're going to have a dentist, you might as well have one that can handle everything. And that's them. 4 specialists, 4 different guys, 4 different specialties. That also gives them the ability to stretch out the day and give extended hours. And that just really works for so many people to be able to go to the dentist as late as 7 in the evening or get in there on a Saturday. I don't know about y'all, but the work week can get really hectic between everything else you got to do and trying to do your JOB. And especially if you got school age kids, there's just always something. Being able to go knock this out on a Saturday is really good stuff. It's alabamadental.com, alabamadental.com for your appointment. Tell them we said, hey, might see y'all around there. I got an appointment tomorrow myself, alabamadental.com. Okay, let me go back over some things, just do a little bit of review as we get ready to wrap up and get on down the road, making way for breaking bread. Just a word of caution, the Hillary Clinton story is kind of out front and center right now. It's been that way all afternoon, especially after she came out and tried to look all tough and fierce and then ran off when they asked her about the Chelsea wedding. That's just not a good look. But there are a lot of fake pictures online. And if I were the Clintons, I would have put these pictures out of Hillary hanging out with Epstein. And you can, if you know what you're looking for, they're just completely fake. I'm not saying that she didn't hang out with Epstein, and there might be 1 or 2 that surface that have been around pre-AI. But some of these look, AJ, I just saw one where they all got matching robes on, and there's like goats on the floor. That nobody took that picture. Satanic cult people don't allow photography. I think they've got it outside the meeting place.
Yeah.
No cameras allowed.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, can we get the photographer to confirm what photos are real or whatnot? Because obviously,
well, how are you gonna find him?
I mean, I don't know.
People are so stupid. There's the first one that popped up today was all of them standing around the pool. It was Diddy and Bill Gates and all that cast of characters that went down to Epstein Island or whatever. None of those pictures are real. None of that's proof. I mean, you got people that'll bite on that and go, see, she lied. This woman is a skilled, trained, congenital liar and probably handled herself okay in that hearing because she's up against people that also lie for a living on that committee. And I can't wait to hear what the Republicans say about it. I haven't heard anything from them. Maybe they're keeping their powder dry and waiting to get through Bubba's questioning when he goes in there. But just saying, y'all don't believe all that stuff. I do believe she's is compromised some way. One of the facts, though, about her assertion that they had distance, there was some daylight between the Epsteins and the Clintons, is a little bit chipped away at by things that happened prior to Hillary testifying. For example, this Virginia Guffrey, who specifically testified about the abuse there, and she was one of the witnesses that saw Bill Clinton on that island, and as many of you know by now, committed suicide. I said that in quotes. A lot of people believe that was fake too, while she was hiding out in Australia from these people. In her lawsuit, she asked for, as part of their discovery, the foundation papers from the Clinton Foundation. So she was going after Epstein for her abuse and wanted to include the Clinton Foundation with that. Now, what was the tie in her mind or her attorney's mind that tied the Clintons together? That was years ago when she filed that lawsuit. I know it's kind of a technical argument, but I do think it says something about this case. So anyway, there's all that tonight. It's been a weird news day, been a strange news day. All right, one more weather recap. I just feel the need to go back over that because we're getting close to a second or third round of these storms tonight. They packed a punch in northeast Birmingham metro area earlier tonight. Big hailstorm. Lots of y'all are without power. Some people had damage from the hail, either to your roofs or to your other property. Now, when I look at the radar right now, the system that's moving through in about an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours for some of you, is starting to build up back to the north of Tuscaloosa, south of Fayette, south of Jasper, if you know your geography. But it's on the way here, and it'll roll through this evening. Apparently the most intense part, probably sometime right around 8 or thereafter, and then a train of other activity in behind it, and it doesn't really clear out to the wee hours of the morning. So we're in for some lightning and some thunder and potentially some more hail in this forecast this evening. I know I've been kind of repetitive with that, but people need to know because I think the event a couple of hours ago caught a lot of folks by surprise. So batten it down and stay inside and get off the roads. Again, this isn't tornado weather, but storms can do a lot of other damage. And it's not going to surprise me if we don't see some flash flood warnings and things like that this afternoon too, with the volume of rain that is in this system. All right, that's going to do it for today. Stay tuned for Breaking Bread. We'll be back for a Friday show tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, and Dixon's going to be at that RV show tomorrow.
He'll be at the RV show calling in with us.
Yes.
That's a big show. It's always a lot of fun down there
Mm-hmm.
at the BJCC.
Yes.
All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, Breaking Bread coming up next. Goodbye, AJ.